Spider-Man is getting a giant size adventure for this anniversary issue with many guest writers, so let's talk about it in this issue of Giant Size Spider-Man. Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, we're going to be doing a review for Giant Size Amazing Spider-Man #1. This is a new book from Marvel Comics, oversized 64 pages of Spider-Man goodness, with three different creative teams telling their own stories. And I'll go through each of those stories in detail. So let's start with the Unstable story. This is written by Kevin Smith, filmmaker, podcaster, and overall big Marvel fan, Kevin Smith, with art by Giuseppe Camuncoli and Daniele Orlandini, with colors by Eric Arcienega, letters by Joe Caramagna. This is such a fun premise. I think Kevin Smith really went wild with what he was able to do, and just asked, Kevin Smith asked the question that we all probably think about, like, what would happen if Spider-Man, during one of his fights, got a little tear on his tush? Like, what's he gonna be around swing? Like, who's gonna fix his suit? Does he have spare suits? What's the best way to approach that? Now the artwork is fantastic. The art team does such a good job because they have to draw so many characters. Like, Kevin Smith found a really fun way to bring a lot of Spidey villains into the forefront, and then of course some other heroes that Spider-Man has to visit, trying to fix his pantaloons. So this is just a really fun, bombastic issue. Very silly, but it's some of the things that I love in comic books. So next we'll talk about 616 Day. This is written by Al Ewing, with art by Mark Buckingham, Rachel Rosenberg on colors, letters by Joe Caramagna as well. This is a a more serious story. Not I was gonna say grounded, but when you include the gods from Jonathan Hickman's book in here, there is no way that it can be grounded. It is a story that only Al Ewing can tell. Very reminiscent of something that Kirby would tell us about in his, in his big cosmic tales. When Spider-Man's involved in cosmic madness, I think that's really fun. You get a lot of really fun cameos in this one as well, whether it's the X-Men, Fantastic Four. As I mentioned, you get character from the Gods book by Jonathan Hickman, and of course Spidey just kind of thrown in the middle of this. Now I love the art on that one because it is a little bit of a throwback. I feel like the artist is doing the best that they can do to honor Kirby's legacy, and anybody else that has written Spider-Man, right? Steve Ditko, of course, and like it really feels like they are doing the little throwback John Romita Jr. I mean John Romita Sr. Like, you get little hints, little flavors of all these type of styles in one, kind of combined into one thing. So I feel like that's what they were going for, or at least that's what I got out of it. So the last story, Rapid Advancements by Chip Zdarsky, with art by CAFU, David Curiel on colors, and letters by Joe Caramagna. That one focuses more on introducing a brand new character who will play a big role in the future of Marvel Comics. I don't want to give away too much of the story, but it does have to do with not so much time travel, but just some adventures in time, and manipulating time, and how Spider-Man uses his brains and his wits to try to figure out what's going on while still trying to help everyone. Spider-Man, something that he does very well is try to take care of the people. Yeah, each of these stories had really fun art. Each of these stories had really interesting implications. And like I said, whether it's a goofy, silly story like the first one, just talking about Spider-Man's pants, or something that will have big implications for the rest of the Marvel future, like this last story, or something just very high concept like the 616 story. I think this is a very well worth your time giant size issue of Spider-Man. So highly recommend you check it out. If you have this issue though, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. I believe the main cover is by Greg Capullo. I can tell just by looking at the eyes of the characters. Greg has a very specific way that he draws eyes. This would have been really nice to have a few weeks ago, but this is cool. Let me know which cover you picked up. And as always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.